So I'm Jasmine Carr entering Miss Lee. So hello, Miss Lee. First and foremost, so why did the school want to develop Stockton Collegiate? Like,
There was a group of individuals, teachers, educators, administrators that had decades of experience teaching in Stockton Unified and in an IB program that decided that to have a really full, rich IB program, it would probably be about time, the best way to do it after all experiences was to have a charter school with control over the whole process. So we started it, Mr. Loon, Mr. Thiel, Mrs. Thiel, to do that.
so what does this project hope to bring, or the school hopes to bring in downtown?
Well, our first mission is bringing the International Baccalaureate program to the students of San Joaquin County, specifically Stockton Unified. So as a charter school, Stockton Unified students have a preference, but we're really open to everyone Stockton Unified. So our first aim was the students in Stockton. Once we chose a downtown location, then serving those students to the first level of our mission, which wasn't really about improving downtown. The first level of the mission was serving students. But once we located downtown, then there were all sorts of ways for that to impact downtown in a positive way.
But why did you guys choose downtown as a location?
Partly because it was central to Stockton. If we're serving Stockton students and urban students, we wanted it to be different. And it's centrally located, and to a certain extent, that's where the buildings were. You can use old shopping, old department stores and stuff for charter schools. You can use old lumber stores like someone has on West Lane, but you needed a stock of buildings, and there were lots of buildings downtown, lots of empty ones.
Yeah.
So to a certain extent, it was just looking and what was available, and we ended up here. Once we ended up downtown, then it became, it really did help the mission with International Baccalaureate to be centered in your community. You know, it's a global perspective, but you need to know what your community is. And Stockton's been around since 1867, I don't know, 50 something. So it's an old community and has lots of history. So
Because I know a lot of people have that image of downtown where it's like, oh, it's downtown, I don't know if I want to send my kids there. So what kind of students were you envisioning to attract to come to school?
Once again, also as a charter school, it needs to reflect the district. I mean, it's, as you know, probably it's an open application process. So our outreach was across the city. So before we started, the outreach was in the Maya Angelou Library, various churches, North Stockton, South Stockton, East Stockton. So we're reaching out to all those communities saying, you're a Stockton resident, you're welcome. This is for you if you choose to come here and not to your traditional public school. So the mission fit with the charter. It did take lots of reassuring to say that a school that doesn't look like a school in the middle of downtown Stockton is a place you might want to send your student, your child.
Yeah, because they're scared it might not be a safe environment.
It's our main marketing strategy because unless there's a reason for people to come downtown day after day after day, you won't know that. We could say that, we could put that in a website, we can make up a pretty flyer that's all nice and slick and folds over like this one they just sent us about EdJoin, and we hung flyers and everything, but day after day, the best marketing is someone who lives in North Stockton, who lives in Lodi, who lives in Linden, who lives in Central Stockton, and says, I go down there every day, or as a parent, I send my child down there every day, and they're okay. The best marketing is you saying, oh, I see lawyers. When you don't come downtown, you don't know that most of the people on the street, honestly, are people going to work. They're either managers at Human Services, they're lawyers, they're judges, they're courts. There's a group of judges that eats lunch at Gassiani's right next door every single day, 5 judges. So we can put that in any kind of slick advertising we want, and sometimes that's not a bad thing, but but it's you
That
that
receives
says, oh, sure, that's fine. Because the transformational nature of living it every day is way more important than convincing someone with a flyer.
Yeah.
Because some of us who